start over?
Yeah, here we go. We're starting.
Oh, all right.
Welcome.
Hi.
I'm Senator Smith. This is Todd Burris.
Burris.
I'm with Garage ID. He's with FARA USA. We've got something really exciting to announce.
The new 2026 season is going to be like nothing you've ever seen before.
Specifically for Spec Miata.
That's right, for Spec Miata.
Your history's in Spec Miata. My history's in Spec Miata. We've been working together for the last year and a half, specifically with FARA, and we have come up with an idea and a plan that involves cash and prizes north of $100,000.
And cash and prizes not only at the end of the season.
That's right.
But to be divvied out at each event.
Divvied?
Divvied? Hey.
It's okay.
It's English.
Let's use
divvied out.
Excellent.
Divvied out.
Excellent. Every race is going to have...
That thing beeped. Why did it beep? Okay.
Every race is going to have cash and prizes that'll be equal throughout the races. It'll be 8 or 9 events. We're hammering down if it's going to be 8 or 9, but that's going to be posted. The updated schedule is going to be posted very soon. Super excited because we're going not only to Homestead. We'll have 4 events at Homestead.
One at Sebring.
One at Sebring.
One at Road Atlanta.
Sebring, Road Atlanta, Homestead. Possibly NOLA. That's the one that we're trying to nail down.
Yeah, NOLA and Nolan. And then we're going to the Corvette Museum, NCM.
That's right. That's pretty exciting that we're going there. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be in September over Labor Day. So very, very excited about that.
And then P1 Motorsports Park is going to end the season, possibly end the season, and nobody's ever driven there before, so that should be pretty exciting.
Yeah, that is slated for November, so that's going to be a lot of fun too. So
that is.
So let's talk a little bit briefly about the format, because everybody's going to want to know that. What the hell is the format of racing for Spec Miata? How are you guys going to do this?
Well, we've thought about it a lot, and we're going to do it a little different than everybody else has done it in the past. So qualifying 1 and qualifying 2 are 2 25-minute qualifiers for time. The time out of those 2 qualifiers sets the grid for the first 15-minute sprint race.
All right.
So the first 15 sprint race...
Well, any money on the sprint race?
No, just trophies. Trophies.
Right on.
But the sprint race is very important because how you finish in the sprint race sets the grid for the first feature race, which is also for money.
Right on.
So at the end, so you're set the grid for the first feature race from the sprint race. Now, how you finish the first feature race is also very important because what we do is we say you finished in the first sprint race, how you finished in the first feature race, and divide it.
Okay, so if I finish second in the sprint race, for example, and then I finished 8th in the feature race, the first feature race, you take 8 and 2, which is 10, right?
Divided by 2.
Divided by 2.
You start 5th.
All right, start 5th.
That's right.
All right, right on.
That's right, 5th. But why we did it this way and why we're looking to promote clean racing and that's why it's so important. Let's just say you started second and somebody boots you to last.
Yeah.
And your car's disabled and you can't finish.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does. So what we do is you started second and 30th, you start 15th.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice, I see. All right.
But I don't want people to be using the feature races or the sprint races to go clock a good time because you're messing with other people's races.
Okay.
This is about finishing. This is about clean, good racing.
All right, and so let me just sum up. Q1, Q2 sets grid for sprint race. After the sprint race, however you finish sets grid for the feature race number 1, where there is money.
Right.
Correct?
Correct.
And then how you finish feature race 1 in combination with how you finish in the sprint race divided by 2 gives you your grid for feature race 2, which is the bigger money event.
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay. All right, awesome. Very nice, very nice. All right, and I get it. That makes sense. It does help promote clean racing, to stay clean, to finish higher. I love it. And that's one thing that FARA's been doing since I've been running there for the last year and a half, and I do love it. I do like it very much. All right, let me ask you quickly about just the general competition rules. As an overview, I'd like you to talk a little bit about, first of all, the tech and the guidelines, because in Spec Miata, everybody's concerned about tech. everybody's concerned that, oh, he's got a cheater motor and oh this and all that crap. So how are we going to make sure that all the cars in the series are spec, right, or similar, as opposed to power and whatever?
Well, over the course of the last year, we have developed a general competition rules, and we brought in Bill Aga as a tech official. He's done a great job. He really understands the Spec Miata. Basically, what we'll be doing, we offer concierge tech at FARA, which means as you're doing lunch, when you have a downtime of 3 or 4 hours, he'll walk up and say, hey, we'd love to go over the scales. We'd love to test your restrictor plate, make sure it's legal. We'd love to look at your ethanol for his fuel test. We'd love to do a suction test. We'd love to look at your wheels to make sure that they're in compliance. Basically, nothing crazy that's going to be invasive. Something can be done quickly and constantly. So when you arrive to the time you leave, concierge tech will be there always.
You see them a lot.
You see them a lot.
Yeah, I like that. One thing, my experience, and since you guys have been doing this, which is the whole time, but is that it's just non-invasive. It's you're going about your day, you're working on your car, you're doing your thing, and tech comes over and says, hey, we need to, whatever, whistle your motor. We need to do a suction test. We need to X, Y, Z. And it's great. It's like, okay, yeah, great. We got 2 hours downtime. Knock it out, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
It's a nice thing. So.
And the beautiful thing is we have a beautiful partner in Garage ID that takes all that information and logs that in their database, and it's all online. So we know who, what, when, where, and why through the Garage ID technology partner.
Right, and that's the goal, obviously, of Garage ID is to get all this stuff out of analog and onto digital so that your race results, your race tech, your car tech, all your vehicle history, all your track incidents, everything, blah, 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 is there on a profile for FARA, or there on a profile for whoever, for you, for the race, etc. So
the other thing we've done, so the other thing we've done is our race director becomes judge, jury, and executioner.
Talk about that. That's a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal. So everybody's been at a race where, things have happened and they go through multiple committees and nothing ever happens. So our race director, if you don't have video, I would suggest don't come. Because if something stupid happens and you don't have video, well, it doesn't bode well for you.
Right.
Because that's what the race director is going to go after. So if something happens innocently and or maybe on purpose, he's going to take a look at that, and someone might continue in his grid spot, somebody might lose 10 grid spots, or somebody might be asked to leave for the weekend.
Right, but it's a really good point. I'm glad you brought that up, is the whole video thing, because if an incident happens, the directors typically comes and says, hey, I need your video, and if you're like, well, my video didn't work, or whatever, you're SOL.
Then go get people around you to show you their video.
Yeah, you better go hunting other people's videos. So it's a big deal. Make sure your video works. I ran into that issue myself a couple times this year, and it's fine. But one thing that I do love that FARA does, this is one of my favorite things that they do, other than the whole experience and all that, and we'll talk more about that later. But I love that it's judge, jury, and executioner, that I don't have to deal with appeals and a committee and a group of 4 race directors and this and that. That crap sucks. I love that I've got one guy. I trust that guy. You guys trust him. He's been proven, and he's going to make the decision. And then once it's made, that's it. There's no appeals. There's none of that crap. That is it. It's time to move on. And they're made quickly. I love that.
Yep. There's no Todd said.
Yeah,
that's gone. Yeah, I'm out of the decision making with that. Then the beautiful thing is I'm setting up the rules so the penalty will fit the crime.
That's a big deal.
So if you come across the scales, let's say you come across the scales 10 pounds light. Well, okay, that's really tough. We might dock you 10 seconds.
Right.
Or something. We haven't figured it out yet. But if you come across 2 pounds light, well, that's really okay. You're a little bit light. We might let it slide, or we might dock you 2 seconds from your finishing position. We're not sure on where that's going to happen. But if you step out of line before the green flag, we're not going to make you do a drive-through penalty. We'll just say, don't do it again.
Right.
Or dock you a second or 2.
Right. The penalty's gonna fit the crime.
Yeah.
Right. And that's good. And you trust in this race director that he's gonna make good decisions. And I really like that. It's one of my favorite things about FARA. So one more question.
Sure.
This has been bugging me. And I know that everybody that's watching or is interested in this wants to know, what about the tires? What tires are we mandated to run? Et cetera, et cetera. Talk about the tires.
Tires are, I've done a lot of testing this year for the RCSC, the RCSE, the new tire that NASA's going with. I've tested the Time Attack tire, and obviously we've run on the SM7.5. I'm allowing all three of those tires in our series, and the Hankook tire and the Toyo tire that we've all previously run on time and time again. So we're going to allow any tire you want to come run. They're all so similar. They're all so, there's not one, it's not an A7. They're all so similar that no one's going to find any.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tested them
Huge
all.
difference.
Yeah,
There's no big difference. We
yeah.
ran them all year. We ran Hankooks and Toyos and Hoosiers, and you know, there's some that might be a little better here and a little better there and stuff like that. But I love that, like you can run what you want.
Run the tire you want to bring. That's fine.
Right.
I've tested them all. Actually, Frankie's tested a lot of them. Louis Bustani's tested a lot of them. A lot of guys, you've tested them.
Yeah.
So everybody's tested the different tires, and some of them, they're equal or maybe a little better, but not consistently. So it just depends on what you want to do.
Right on. Yeah.
So
I love
been great.
Well, awesome. That's a great start. You guys are going to be seeing more videos, more content, specifically about the 2026 FARA Garage ID Pro Spec Miata series. We're going to be doing more videos to come that you're going to catch and you're going to see. We're also doing a podcast down in Miami, Homestead, in December at the Race of Champions event.
Just set that up. Yeah.
That if you guys are not signed up, that's going to be a big weekend. Should be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to that because we're going to do a whole podcast on the track right there in Victory Lane, and that's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of details, more details we'll get into more details then as well, but look for stuff on Garage ID, look for stuff on the FARAUSA.com website, and more to come.
Yeah, more to come. The one thing I want to stop with and really thank Garage ID, thank FARA, and thank Mazda. Mazda with their contingencies this year have really exceeded our expectations, and you know, to have a woman, the woman's prize purse.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Seniors prize purse.
It's a big deal. And I know that let me touch on that too. I may be a little long-winded, but the prize money. I know everybody out there is like, oh, well, $100,000. Well, how much are you doing per event? That's coming. That will be posted on Garage ID. We're going to post it. We're going to do a whole video on the breakdown of the money per race. We have it. It's going to be released. And again, thank you to Mazda Motorsports and all they do for the contingency. None of this is possible without those guys anteing up and kicking in all across. And last thing. Shit, I keep talking. I'm sorry. But last thing, I wanted to, of all the people we talked to, all across Spec Miata specifically, there was an overarching, not complaint, but interest in having a Legends division.
The Legends division is the first time we're having that in Pro Spec Miata. So if you're over 50, you're a legend. So you can, if you finish 10th, you still have a $750 prize purse for the feature race. So, or we haven't come up with the last number yet, but it's going to be fairly significant.
Yeah. So legends are going to get paid. They have their own division, their own class, and how those classes, the overall and the legend and the women's, and how that we're going to get into all that as far as how the money goes. But we're really excited about it to have an overall, a legends, and a female class throughout in the race. So lots of money. We're spreading it out. Good opportunity to pay for your racing and get more and more people involved.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we thought a lot hard, and hope you guys like it.
Yeah, more to come. Thank y'all.